generation, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by.
Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers.
Let's go, baby. Let's
so
go.
Here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over, teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him. And
this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Get wide. Check. Look at me. Go. Five.
Back to throw. Donaldson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Looking to throw. Donaldson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Eckler. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
53, Mike. You ain't going nowhere. You go tight. Go on. You got tight right there. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Checked up team.
From the gun, Donaldson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No problem there on the extra point. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. And he finds his man. That's Sweeney. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Hey, watch the slant.
Operating from the gun. Costello going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello firing quickly here, and that's complete. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. On 3rd down, Costello under pressure again, and down he goes again. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot. Partner,
they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
36. Look at me. Door.
On 1st and 10, Donaldson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gators.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes this field general once more. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here we go.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running the football, and they have the lead, though, so maybe he just personally wants to improve his play.
And that's without a doubt, because at the end of the game, he wants to feel like he had a really good hand in his team winning, if in fact they do go on and get that done. But the bottom line is finding a way to win the game. So if you're not playing that well, but somebody else is on the team, keep going to that hot hand.
Yeah, not over yet, but looking good here in the second quarter. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the safety, Chris.
Go on. Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Watch 55. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Kill.
Hard.
So
Now.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And got his man, complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
60 Pittsburgh.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, let's go.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. Costello. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Second down and inches. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
Leo.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Hatchet. Check.
Fair. Hey, foxtrot. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. He's got a man, complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 31. 49. Check 49.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
59,
Mike to 59. All day, baby, all day. Watch twist.
Hey, lock it.
Kill.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
You're out. Switch. Now.
They'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. In for the score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half. You still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
60 Pittsburgh.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alpha. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Joker.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Stanford. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready up. Check. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers.
Kill. Turn it up.
Hey, Sam on.
Check 43. Watch out.
25.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Donaldson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Alert 3.
Look, squeeze. Buzz.
They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Look at me. Zipper. Hey, high 7. Leo. Lee Griffin.
On first down, Donaldson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 37. Deuce. Fair.
Going to give this time to the tailback. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Stanford. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
Check the backer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. Oh, he breaks another. And he's got some space here. He's at the 50. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 65 yards. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Draw play. It's Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw. Costello. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Now the Packers get set to go. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
General West. Why? Get wide. You're out. Be grip.
They'll run on first down. Stanford. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Let's go.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Topper!
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, switch gears.
36-yard line.
Check 50. He's checking. Crash.
2nd and 9 now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Hey, Sam off. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
That's it, baby.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey. 4 down.
Looking to throw. Costello. He'll get this to Eckler. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Costello, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
At the 41-yard line.
Under 10. Under 10. Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. The Packers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Showing it. Showing it. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it.
Go on. Go on. Go.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And to give this time to the tailback. And some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Crunch. 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 Check 9. Check
Hard. Hard.
Check 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock. You control the...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. To throw on 3rd down. Costello. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Looking to throw. Costello. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Back to throw. Costello. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. On 4th down, Costello. And he comes back with one complete. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.